You can't jump into people to get 9 assists a game. He's been one of the best power forwards in the league only for the last 2-3 seasons. All right. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of day you're watching this. It's been a while. I know I say that about every other day that I go a couple days without uploading, but I really wanted to record this and upload this Tuesday night when everything went down to get official reactions, because boy, was I heated when it first happened. But work did its thing and I had a longer day than expected. I had some side note, I had some goggles come in the mail to reduce eye strain. I look at probably laptop screens and my cell phone screen about maybe 16 to 18 hours a day on average, like pretty much all day, every day. So for work and, addiction as well. But I'm not going to plug the company I got the goggles from. Anyways, I say that to say this. I'm not wearing the goggles for this video because I want you all to make sure that you actually feel me through my eyes. So I'm risking my eyesight, the future of my eyesight, for you all in this video. All-Star Reserves came out last night. Let me pull them up. Let me pull them up so I can see what we have here. Let me pull them up so I see what we have here. All-Star Reserves came out last night. I'm going to start off with the East. I might make 2 separate videos. One for the East, one for the West. All right. If you don't watch the Hawks, just say you don't. If you don't watch the Hawks, just say you don't watch the Hawks. I will respect you much more if you say you didn't watch the Hawks, because you were being honest with me. If you don't watch the Hawks, just be honest with me and tell me I don't really watch the Hawks like that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I can't give you a fair assessment of the Hawks or anybody on the Hawks because I've only seen them play the 1-2 times we played against some Eastern Conference coaches. If you think Trae Young, seriously, because you followed what Steve Nash said at the beginning of the season and you follow the NBA Twitter narratives, which NBA coaches don't do, right? But this is to the fan reaction of saying he didn't deserve to get in. And you think that Trae Young averages darn near 30 points a game, and he's averaged darn near 30 points a game for the past 2 seasons, because all he does, because he gets all his points from doing this, you're not watching the games. You're not watching the full games. You might be watching the highlights, you're not watching the games. Trae Young is a killer. I don't even know why I have to say this. Trae Young is a killer. A man who last week I saw him in the Garden, gave Boston 40, gave him a 40 ball in the Garden, turned it on in the 4th quarter, could not miss. Brian Scalabrine, man, this man, Trae Young, cannot miss. He cannot miss. Turns it on whenever he wants to. By the way, he's top 5 in assists. He's top 10 in the league in points. Top 5 in assists. He's averaging 9 assists a game. The guy who was 1 game ahead of him, Zach LaVine, he's averaging 29. Can't take anything away from him. He's having a great season. He's not averaging 9 assists. He's not in the top 5 or near the top 5 in assists. It's gotten to the point where Trae, he used to always claim he was underrated. He was undervalued, always counted out. My mans, you was a top 5 pick. My mans, you was a McDonald's All-American 5-star. Every blue blood in the country wanted you coming out of high school. You were on Ball is Life. You were on Ball is Life. You weren't slept on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Yeah, I've asked this to him to his face pre-corona, so this is not fake. This is not me flipping. It's just something that I was like, but you were a 5-star, right? You were All American, right? This is something I asked his face before. This is not flipping. This is not being fake. I've asked him face to face. He wasn't actually slept on. The thing that he was slept on, this chip on his shoulder of being too small, being doubted, being da. Despite all of that, he was still a top 5 pick, right? Despite all the hate of the Luka Doncic deal, which also included Cam Reddish, who people never bring up because Cam Reddish is, I get it. But the idea that, people have kind of doubted Trae Young to a fault where he wasn't even supposed to be here is, I never really bought into that narrative. The All-Star starter thing in the second year, that did catch me off guard. The average 30 and 10 the second year, be top 5 in the league in points and assists in the second year. That did kind of surprise. I'm not gonna lie, Trae. That did surprise me. You got me there. But past that, beyond that, no, I don't think he was devalued, underrated. I do think people started to grab onto a narrative this summer, right? They saw he had 30 and 10, and they saw the Hawks record. They said empty stats. So empty stats was the thing. Then the summer came in, and it was, okay, but defense though. He had the worst defensive rating in the league last season. Okay, all right. So that was the narrative in the summer. He's the worst defender. Great offensive player, but he's a really bad defender. The worst defender in the league. So it doesn't matter. I've never heard that, by the way, for any other other than maybe Kevin Martin back in 08, 07, 06. But I've never heard it to the point where defense was literally the only reason why this person who's in the top 5 in the league in assists and points isn't considered an elite player. So I was like, okay. That was the first time I was like, okay, Trae might actually kind of be as disrespected as he's always said he's been. I was like, maybe. He comes out this year, does what he does, kills. He struggles. He still finds a way to get 30 when he's struggling. Okay, that's where the Steve Nash jump into the people. That's not basketball. That's where some of those nights came in. But he still found a way to get to the rim. He scores in different ways. Teardrop. But it's okay. You don't watch the Hawks. If you don't watch the Hawks, it's all right. Just tell me you do. I respect you much more for telling the truth. Trae Young's defensive effort has improved this year. Trae Young, for those of you who don't know, for everybody who said he has the worst defensive rating in the season, in the NBA last season, he has a better defensive rating than Levine this year. He has a better defensive rating than Bradley Beal this year. He has a better defensive rating than Zion Williamson this year. The bottom line is Trae's putting more effort in defensively. The Hawks are a better team overall defensively. Thank you, Clint Capella. Clint Capella. The league leader in rebounds, second in the league in blocks. I understood he probably wasn't going to make it. Vooch has been hooping. Shout out to Vooch. I thought they was going to diss my man again just because he's in Orlando. Shout out to Vooch. For getting in. Anyways, but his offensive effort has actually improved. His scoring has gone down, but his team wins have gone up. And his team is still 4 games under 500 or 5 games under 500 because you could watch some of the decisions. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but there is some questionable management on court sometimes every now and again that people might be holding back the team. They've had injuries, but yes, they still have, despite the injuries, they added those players in the offseason to give them more depth and to give them more talent and more experience. But even with all those new guys out, they still have a formidable NBA lineup, enough talent to win, to win the game, to close the game. to get by in the meantime of waiting for Bogdanovic to get back, waiting on Chris Dunn to get back, waiting on Rondo to be Rondo again, Gallinari to be Gallinari again that they signed. But, it just is what it is. That and injuries, and the Hawks are 5 games under 500. Still, they're only 1, maybe 2 games after that last night's loss, which I'm going to react to, behind the Bulls with Levine, who Levine got in with. So, I just don't get it, bro. I think it's officially gotten to the point where it started with empty stats last season. Off season, it was defense. He improved his defense. His scoring went down. And it became that he jumps into everybody for his fouls. It's not real basketball. Despite that fact, people to get 9 assists a game. Who else is top 5 in the league in assists, top 10 in the league in scoring, right? There were a lot of stats about Bradley Beal last year, averaging 30 points. He's the first person to average 30 points not getting an All-Star game. It was a big deal. Trae Young is nearly averaging that, and he's also averaging 9 assists a game. And his defensive effort has improved. And the team has gotten better. It's not empty stats. But you don't watch the Hawks, so I can't. If you don't watch the Hawks, it's okay. I will respect you much more. Just tell me you don't watch the Hawks. I promise you. Look, I'm about to go on House of Highlights right now. And tell you these views. The Hawks game last night has 4,839 views on House of Highlights. Okay? All right. 4,839 views. Okay? Nikola Jokic post-game interview last night, a game that ended at 2 in the morning or whatever on the East Coast, 1 a.m., whatever time it ended on the East Coast, 9.7K views. Nikola Jokic post-game interview nearly got 2 more views than the entire game highlights for the Hawks and the Cavaliers last night. All right, I'm looking at these other games. Kyrie and James Harden coaching up Tyrese Halliburton after the game. Just a clip of them talking to him, 43 seconds. It's got 89,000 views. Bruce Brown can't believe he had 29 points. Bruce Brown, 36K views. Bruce Brown highlights by himself, 5.9K views. 2,000 more views. Luka Doncic, game winner, 46,000 views. All right. The only game with fewer views than the Hawks game last night was Philadelphia-Toronto. All right, Philadelphia-Toronto was the only game with less views than the Atlanta Hawks. The viewership is very low is the point I'm trying to make of the Atlanta Hawks. So what I know, not what I'm guessing, what I know is a lot of you don't watch the actual games. You go off the narrative that you hear, the latest narrative that you hear about Trae Young, and you run with it. Someone said, if you want to say Levine's defense is still bad, that's a lazy take, and you're holding on to an old narrative. He should be an all-star this season. That's what I saw a Chicago Bulls writer or Chicago Bulls reporter put out earlier this week. If you don't watch Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks in 2020 and 2021, just tell me you don't. I will respect you much more for being honest. Moving on. Sabonis didn't get in, and Tatum did. I had a problem with this because Boston is currently 500. The last time I checked, they were 500. Let me see what they are. Excuse me. Overestimated. Boston is 15-16. They're 1 game under 500. Why the heck do Boston have 2 All-Stars? Jaylen Brown deserved to get in. Jaylen Brown deserved to be a first-time All-Star. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. Mark County. Georgia boy. He deserved to get in. First time at the crib as well, in Atlanta. Jason Tatum did not deserve to be an All-Star this year. I'm sorry, he didn't. Boston did not deserve 2 All-Stars, and Jason Tatum did not deserve to be an All-Star this year. Jason Tatum is a great player and a cornerstone and a feature centerpiece, feature face of the league. He is the next generation of the league. Jason Tatum. He does not deserve to be an All-Star in 2020. I'm sorry, Jason Tatum. Not over Domantas Sabonis. I'm sorry. Not this year. Check the actual stats. Look at how many games he's played. Look at the impact. Look at team record before you come to me. I don't even think he deserved it above, one person said, I'm surprised Chris Middleton didn't get in. I don't think he should have got it over Chris Middleton. If you want to talk about winning, which we'll get to Ben Simmons in a second, I don't think he should have got in over Chris Middleton. I don't think he probably should have got over Fred VanVleet, another guy who I expected to be a snub. But dang, some of these other names who've been snubbed, I'm like, wow, okay. Moving on, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons gets in. Hold on. I'm sorry, Sabonis. I'm not gonna do you like that. We're gonna show you a little more love. Sabonis. We're gonna show you a little more love. Sabonis is averaging 21.5 points per game, 11.6 rebounds per game. If you don't watch the Pacers and Domantas Sabonis, just say that. He's been one of the best power forwards in the league only for the last 2-3 seasons. He was an all-star last year. The all-star everybody forgot was an all-star last year. Oh, Sabonis was an all-star last year? Joker been there, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog. All right. Yeah, Sabonis. Sabonis one of the best bigs in the league. Sabonis one of the best rebounders in the league. One of the best foremen in the league. He's disrespected. He's slept on. I don't know if it's the market. I don't know if in Indiana, he should be in an all-star game. Let me look at the Eastern Conference standings. Let me pull those up real quick. Okay. Yeah. The Pacers are 4th in the East right now. They're one game over 500. That's better than one game under 500. He should be in. The Raptors are 500. After being terrible and people were talking about let's tank for mans from Oklahoma State. Fred VanVleet should have got greater consideration. Milwaukee isn't Milwaukee that we used to know. I said Middleton should have got in for winning. It's not really the same, but at the same time, they're only 2 games behind the number 1 seed who got 2 people just for being the number 1 seed. But yeah, on to Ben Simmons. If you're gonna put in someone, one of them jokers from Philly as a second guy because they're at the top of the conference, Tobias Harris is better than Ben Simmons. Has been better than Ben Simmons this season. Let me. I gotta clarify that because a lot of people. Oh, you gotta say Tobias Harris better than Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, best defensive player in the league. How about Ben Simmons? He just had 42. Okay, Trae Young had 49. Trae Young ain't the best offensive guard in the league by any stretch of the imagination, but he sure as heck give more effort than a lot of these Kyrie Irving. That's a whole nother story. James Harden deserved to get in. Congrats to James Harden. He's played great, fitting great with this role with the Brooklyn Nets. Tobias Harris deserves to get in over Ben Simmons in 2021. You always have to say in 2021 because people want to get names and actual talent confused. Anyway, Tobias Harris is averaging 20.7 points, 7.7 rebounds per game. Ben Simmons, he's probably averaging about 17 points. Let me see exactly, though. He's averaging 15.7 points, 8.3 rebounds. I'm pretty sure he's averaging like 6-7 assists a game. So he's averaging near triple-double. Yeah, he's averaging 7.9 assists per game. And like he said, he's, in his opinion, best defensive guard in the league. You got Drew Holiday out there who has something to say about that, but yes. So yeah, I think Tobias Harris should have got in over Ben Simmons. I think Trae Young should have got in over Ben Simmons. And I think Domantas Sabonis should have got in over Jason Tatum. I think Chris Middleton makes a better case than Jason Tatum. I think Fred VanVleet makes a better case than Jason Tatum. But yes, that is my Eastern Conference rant. If you are new to the channel, this is Road to 2K subs. No Black History Month fact of the video. I do want to mention that Ahmaud Arbery was murdered on February 23rd. I believe that was yesterday at the time I'm recording this on Wednesday morning. In 2020, he was murdered for pretty much just going about his day, going on a walk, walking through an empty house, checking it out. Nothing on him. He's running. I mean, what can you do? You literally have no weapons on you. No, you're running. You're in running clothes. You got on running shorts, a t-shirt, and some running shoes. That one hit a little closer home because he was a 25-year-old from Georgia when he was killed. He didn't get to see his 26th birthday. I recently celebrated my 26th birthday. I'm from Georgia. Also, it would have been Jordan Davis's 26th birthday. It would have been Trayvon Martin's 26th birthday this month as well. Just a few days away from me. And yeah, both of those guys didn't get to see their 26th birthday. Jordan is someone who, used to go to my high school. I didn't know him personally, but he did go to my high school. And we have a lot of mutual friends. So, yeah, rest in peace to Jordan Davis. Rest in peace to Trayvon Martin. Rest in peace to Ahmaud Arbery. That is my Black History Month fact. It's not really Black History Month facts, but it's just reality of situation and stuff. Yeah, man. As you can see, I'm no longer in winter clothes, so that's good. Power's back, water's back at full pressure. Everything's good. So, thank you guys for your patience, and yeah, have a great day.